Identity, Yamachi, Namo Carbon Farm Run, our trade, Jumadie, so, and ne, Memena Tissa, Memena what that pen more yan dance and sorry, Auntie Asempa. We say, Uquada Yina, no yada, sorry, na Yamaimu in penny form what trick. Na ya small, Musom could you maybe ma my Ghana. Enam ekwan epaso epese efaso na yakutia galamse ho omoko na fofi antwata na omo yemhye omo de nam no ekote tofom wo baabi a emwa na kura na sanka wo ho kura nka be din ansa to omo nyina no efi asase so no ene ye nyina no ye ba betna na ye di ho nkomo fi se asem na aba no eni enyan na edin na den kwan ben so na fa betumi ama bibia etumi akoye na no ene ne ye ba betna na ya dwendwen ho se ohwe kwan a sa asem ya fa so edi gananya na ebubu ye nyina ya koma especially president ene ebusuafo a omo akoma ho ahyehye no enya de a eda fom ye ba betoto adwene afa ho ne ye bisa se ohwe saasam yesi eye ekuada na ade a wo se aban tumi gina so na ohwe se obi declare a state of emergency na nkofo na Ghana fo nyina no call for na ye baba dwendwe ho na ye ne Owura Baba Jamal o former MP for Akwatia ye no e studio ha ye ne baba di nkomo Dr. Sadiq Edichum ye ono ye adwuma West Africa Center for Counter Extremism or security nim the ye panti baby son about sa him shine na ebo form no ehon sensema security for enim ne kwan betumi afa so na ye truly the Ghana Armed Forces. Dr. Kofi Achampon forensic security expert ye ne ono nso bedin komo na Professor Paul Osei Sampene consultant pathologist ewo Confonoche Teaching Hospital ono no se bane se asem ye kosi ya men kofo nwotwe yentumi hu se kojo ana kwame eni ono sans djuma no ene odu ho yepa ye no bedi nkomo na ya toto adwen ewo djuma die so djuma die Nnawotwe etwa ne ho ewo Adom TV efi ha etwa ne ho nso ewo Asempa 94.7 FM ye betwe ho tew ne yaba ye ba ye de ne ohina no betwa so oni entina ye kwaba enti mema wakwaba bio emfambra Nnawotwe djumadie so ye frame Samuel Kojo Brace me Dijma Ochame on behalf of the production team led by Ora AC Ohene na Ofa Baba Jamal abekansa ewo ha or a former member of parliament for Akwatia. Good morning, honorable.
Good morning,
Minister. Me hoye na unso de na.
Adom.
Ye be ba honorable bi oba ye wo some videos ye pese ye bo na o hwe bi na ye tumi situate the discussion ye ba na fe ya bedwafo no nso etumi adon so no wasuko. Enti ye ko hwe ye videos no ye ba pe na fe dia ya to aso.
On behalf of the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, who is with us here, and the government of Ghana, I have the unpleasant duty, sadly, to announce a national tragedy involving the crash of a military helicopter this morning around the Adansi area in Ashanti region. Government regrets to announce the demise of the following persons in the tragic crash. Dr. Edward Kofi Omane-Boamah, Minister for Defense. Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad, MP, Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. Alhaji Muniru Mohammed Lemuna, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator and former Minister for Food and Agriculture. Dr. Samuel Sapon, Vice Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, and Mr. Samuel Abuaji, a former parliamentary candidate. Squadron Leader Peter Bafemi Anala, Flying Officer Manin Chum Ampedu, and Sergeant Ernest Adom Mensah. The President and government extends our condolences and sympathies to the families of our comrades and the servicemen who died in service to the country. All flags are to fly at half-mast until further notice. Thank you.
Let's go back.
Ewanrada asemia ya etu oman Ghana enti namso amamampanyi John Dramani Mahama ahyese inyi enefua miensa emfensi ho se national morning na we ye hyase enne osanabosome ne de toso enso ede esu Ghana fo ngwotwe a na wonomo enam kwanso ekokodi djuma ede amaman ne nso fufi antwata wonomo nyina ehwede wonomo enkwa enye no nkwa sansoso enomampanyi asatwentwe ne nyumedi e wo na wotwe mu nyina enso Chief of Staff ahyese Ghana flag e wo omanmu afana nyina wonomo ensi ni trase ekosise wonomo eden hyehye fufuro ebebase wonomo empeja ne mu sana efie no ewia ye bomu amane no enipa ngwotwe a wonomo ene Defense Minister Dr. Edward Omane-Boamah and Afri Environment Minister Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad, NDC Vice Chairman Samuel Sapon, Acting Deputy National Secretary Coordinator Muniru Mohammed, former parliamentary candidate Adom East Samuel Abuaji, and Afri Squadron Leader Peter Bafemi Anala, Flying Officer Manichum Ampedu, and Afri Sergeant Ernest Adom. Wonomo nyina ehia wonkwenhia wo abra wonomo etufri enkran de wonini echirimu ewo boasia enkwakodi omanyi adwumadi bi wo nanso wonomo entimi enkonkodu a wonyina ayo nyankopon edia na bra asemi esiwie no eno anajo abra na boba ese no ndu enipa nwotwe a wonomo nyina etina nanomo ensiedo no yede wonomo nyina emu ebipie mu ewo enkramantemu hase ya yede wonomo akwakugu emukrabia.
A profoundly heavy heart that I address you tonight. Yesterday, a tragic helicopter crash in Adansi Krofom claimed the lives of 8 cherished members of our Ghanaian family. The victims of this accident include 5 passengers, and 3 dedicated members of the Ghana Armed Forces. Among them were Dr. Edward Kofi Omaniboama, Minister for Defense, Alhaji Dr. Murtala Muhammad, Member of Parliament for Tamale Central and Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, Alhaji Muniru Mohammed Limuna, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator, Samuel Sapo, Vice Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Samuel Abuaje, Deputy Director General of NADMO, and Squadron Leader Peter Anala of the Ghana Air Force, Flying Officer Chum Ampedu of the Ghana Air Force, and Sergeant Ernest Adom, also of the Ghana Air Force. This tragedy represents a deep personal loss for me. I shared a close bond with many of those individuals who died. Our nation is grieving, and on behalf of the government and the people of Ghana, I extend my deepest condolences to their families, friends, and their loved ones. Know that our entire country mourns with you. We share your pain. Your loss is our loss. A loss of dedicated public servants, intellectuals, and individuals who tirelessly worked for a better Ghana. These 8 individuals dedicated their lives to Ghana's progress. That their final moments were spent in service is a testament to their unwavering commitment. We have lost some of our nation's brightest minds, and this is a moment of shared heartbreak, a time to reflect on the preciousness of life, the sacrifices of public service, and our gratitude for those who dedicate themselves to the well-being of our fellow citizens.
Enti Yamampeni John Dramani Mahama and Nnawotwe no abroad Ghana man nyina kasa after say asem we etumi see na mom yemfa a last event your minister see Dr. Edward Omaniboama ekoye and the last event okoye kra asem we ko see and Dr. Alhaji Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad nso ne dwumadi last one okoye ansa asem we kwa kwese no ye bo Dr. de Edward Omaniboama de wi a na the Dr. Murtala de nso de atoaso hwewe.
Our Director General for NITA, Dr. Mark Oliver Kevo, unfortunately, he attended St. Peter's. Do you know the name of St. Peter's? Students, do you know the name of St. Peter's? It's in Kwantiapojos. And once again, thank you, ma'am, and thank you, Jekedako, a member of the National Election Directorate and IT team of the National Democratic Congress. God bless you all.
Some communication with some of my colleagues that we must make it in Parliament, even if we need to come with a private member bill to make it compulsory for all political parties to draw their manifesto in line with an acceptable national development plan. And I would say that His Excellency the President, I was in the United Nations in New York with NDPC, Professor Dr. Nimoy Thompson, said the President has directed that they look at all the development plans, the 40-year development plan, and the one the previous administration did, so that we can blend them and have a comprehensive national development plan. So we are waiting in Parliament. The moment that we have an acceptable national development plan, we shall insist that it is incumbent on all political parties to have their manifestos in line with the national development plan.
So, Dr. Murtala Mohammed, the flute notice na Bono, NDC, popular anthem, Thomas say, Kdes may go, Kdes may come, but the revolution has come to stay.
Revolution has a long way to go, but has come to stay. The revolution has come to stay.
And no flute Nnawotwe say Dr. Murtala bono na nipa de onim whether said time no bo flute no nim say ono as a keda no no ba be ko.
I know Mr. Sapon.
Sapon no flute no. Oh, okay.
No Mafogan.
Interesting.
No boy, he's very good at that.
Dr. Sapon.
Dr. Sapon. Tie kobe bia ono oyusu Mafogan bona ye na yajeso. And the words of that song will continue to ginger all of us up because we are all building a country.
To be also then.
Revolution has a long way to go, but has come to stay. Kdes may go, Kdes may come, but the revolution has come to stay. Revolution has a long way to go, but has come to stay. Kdes may go, Kdes may come. Some of us, we didn't start NDC. We joined along the line. But at a point, we even became the face of NDC. The same way we will go, some new faces will come. So that's how the song resolutes with everybody. So people will go, some will come. Kdes will go. If you're a true Keda, when this song is raised, we just say, we Keda, we Ubia, say revolution now. Yen starting from even Kwame Nkrumah time. Ba BC Omo Makaka wina BP Ura Rollins Swa and they na ye join no. Ebibe ko, ebibeba. But I see ni so say o man ye be ni ye no de and say no change e o say koso de bia me kan say ya na bi no fo say politicians ina na ye call into politics e ye sebisikenti me say senior politics na me ya me ni say me ye bibia nka me ni beji they go from mashase class 6 na me ye cupboard boy on politics na started so advance here me call elementary school we me call secondary school form 1 form 2 SRC representative me call form 5 chairman of the Ghana cultural something me call sixth form vice president Muslim candidate prefect at that level call university me first year me a JCR member the be Nooks president. Sana to mo na me be coordinating secretary for the whole Nooks. The other students union ni na e ba ko. The be coordinating secretary. Me be liaison officer, be coordinating secretary. Then from there I became MP, minister. So that has been the life. Nipa Satisa Maneboama. He was at a point the president of student Nooks. So all those people who are the real politicians they come to serve. In this security, we have for we need to power so sometimes we have corruption they are not true politicians, they join along the line. But be a true politician, he knows what he's doing or by some of mine. And then I mean, some videos be an qua now manphobia just politics. That's where our politics have taken us to. The guy said, "Boundary do ye only this in but we all wept." So because this is a nice person, true affable politician. He na yesu. Sort matie. Ali Mahama, his excellent we all in a judge. There was this gentleman, very finishing kakra, okunya accident wo a kwansu baby ye ofichebi. I've forgotten the name. Or you say no, Madam Ba, I'm telling you, that no menum to it. But today, politics indeed, and who some Zoom meeting being in Simbia man for kaka. Na sebi aka memre mu kra no owo yedinya owo ne yare yemfenya obia natural cause ebeto na wumpo de bia sometimes na we uber islam wa say na ewagu de ohuni de na ohuni wie na we ebia na wo de no kra be ye worse asen ne onu wewu no ebia wo de be chen ne de ti owu yemfanya baby edro no e national mourning na obi tse o mane buama young intelligent promising chap obi tse Alaji Dr. Murtala say somebody that says una you like talking to him. Limuna, wonderful guy. I have had personal direct relationship with them in Nimniameka. You understand? Meaning Dr. Sapon. Na Nigerian crowd here won't tell you because who decided to be No, can't trip no. You call national fake meeting. Now was a national chairman echo. And the national chairman said, DB hint to no way and to own twinkle. Wow. Inti yama oka cries and fifin corner fifin so or not in the program. But because the program was the next morning. Yeah. And more called fake meeting Tuesday evening. Okay. Tuesday upon around 7:30 to 8. Oh. From around 2 upon 7:30 to 8. And yes, then vice chairman, available chairman, a friend available chairman, because the next time be national chairman or no, he's always available. Dr. Sabon, dear friend, available chairman. That's when the available chairman go. And then they so he was not panty. The next day, no panel. Take a decision on Tuesday. So please, Miss Regana for.
It is sir. Tuesday, I'm taking a decision and a park of our flight.
No, that's right.
And apart from him, why be there also all flight?
No, I was so Muntaka.
He was to be on the flight.
He was to be on the flight. Muntaka was to be. In fact, Murtala was not bid to be on the flight. Now Murtala come. Murtala, interestingly, which are our African world, Tamale. In the program we were said there was Sadias and colleagues or there and the only day on one and program he was going to Tamale. He has an hour ticket. That's just the information.
But I want to go Kumasi.
Yes, I want to go Kumasi. Into when you did not go direct.
Yeah. Because according to the Ashanti Regional Minister, now a friend said, Obabe drew Kumasi with
exactly. Exactly. He was not big to be on the helicopter. In the corner, Muntaka so on corner, enough space woman. Then okay, then Muntaka. I spoke to him personally yesterday. Also, no, for the first time, the president nominated the three of them, Omanebo Ama, Ono, and Abua, said they should go because the president himself was to open the flight, but we be by and decides to go. And also, no one no uncle program. Or decided to control. So Frey Abua also in the evening. Okaso uncle no no so. It's a program fufubi. They are not no sukato yede. Uncle. So say we are saying Nyankopon etasi mo. Onu Nyankopon no nim no ye.
Engineer dey no enye because chief of staff e ka so nko jana obabi anapa no.
No, I don't know that aspect of the story, but what he told me directly. Onu ankasa ka tell me say he decided all of a sudden he said he didn't want to go.
So na nsunsumen.
Yes, he didn't want to go and that there was another program also ngomoko. And why one call, and that's what saved him. Into no, that's why no old suit is because on himself Ebianca or no, enanka asemiato no ba betuma to obi a owie owo eye amansan kwan obi bie betuma ewu enti mesre Ghana for because we say na Nyankopɔn ntasimu a anka chairman na eko
general mosquito
na eko wanko endoko fa sapon anka muntaka na eko anko endoko fa murtala so atmosphere in some way na no e woni nyame no nim ne oye
na boade na wadi nka ohoda
boade na ohoda da ono because the program ni na esi ne now
the hosting minister
ono no esi now so no wadi ka but you see what you need to know is say ade no nkom kwakoye o man e no mkwakosom no who can say e yo bia tie say enenia adwenpe ene se jawe de owo apas o ka so munim se betom se nkom beko ene bitma to yi na te se omo yire omo ma
mo abusia mo mama ne papa likely
na me call that is somebody see a kokochia o mane bo mama me you weep uko to mama na and the way she was doing na yeah na intimi so akuma because ofre o mane bo ama o see PSC kechire because he is his first and the last never on the bakro no bit baby no on nenyaji on the bakro one your friend PSC kechire I mean so do in pen feels on any papa ina nka sabi go di obi apene so go bo wona ne babesi no ko bo wona ne babesi ti o sie o ma enya reho ena nye so won say ne e buy e pan wo kwampas so what matter it came in a very tragic way kwanya sabi oni sabi just on surprise saying on secretary be credit we dey we be credit just on sir it is saying then let's go on
o share na Nnawotwe dwumadie na OTO radio so high Asempa 94.7 o betumi eja wo adwenkyere on your stream no so our Facebook Adom TV Extra na yebehwe yakan obia so at was adwenkyere we eye omanmu nyina na asemato ya ye dia ho Memfa lawyer Kwesi Kwatin Mbremono represented the NPP around the table. Lawyer, dano na samsi no. Now when you quite bench na faso teye and ebo saying.
No cre enye adia said you say you wo akonya kura na ka I would want to even sit on the table to discuss it. Because it's true, mutala de minimum. Menen no ko TV. No. Also, we lose debate. The answer were very combative on the outside, but when the air fire, the subai completely different. Cry, say they needed no. And obi say omanebo amanyo obi asebi o menen ne wire nkofa. But yeah, far student politics cycle no. You always put yourself in his shoes. Mimi abako or lawyer ni washasi ha. Don't also can't campaign you tia eta dim komo bebre. Na course aye yen nkoma aye de nyina say as a akoyo brego. Because bebrebe nyina say omanebo ama me say ye de ba akopɛ. Me ma me
also we only child.
Yes, ye de ba akopɛ.
PSA catch
me ma no woman no 2001 ono ko nipa odi mechi nti I'll go hospital na I say order hospital on say press before empire bobina she sneaked out no kobi
o ma me no ko
compare boni bi says on the other vision obi is a numero obi kofi nti empire na say pray for be a trash na one more say the hospital say bomb empire man no ade we are say time they do hospital I'm say na say my me know that or an admission na time na o compare by any day ye hu team ne ba no so a team
enti o ma me ne onu ya na ko e
enti edim ba ko pe na me papa no kwa sa wo me kwa na ono so teenage pregnancy to mo so yem kwara ono sa ba me ko school no we baba so ko school nji ye nyina ono ma me na ye dey and me na na tete me abesi ne nti wo ba ko JHS akọ secondary school akọ university ewi abra enye se fi bi fi ni fi ho me ma me side ko ade na my bia na no ne me na wonya ne baby ko ma me na ekono na oka je se ngwasefo asefo ifi akrachi ni bia nim ifi obi ya nya ban pe me ma a mental picture of baby am me yede mfiri me de question o ma ne bo abasem so na udu ma na wokọ nkakra na nyame pia na de nwumasua na ofa fiti university ene test ko bi obeye university debate be president the dima be sabe musemo machi kwa sana user geba ete no hu election be di user president ne namua chiri wi service nyadwuma nyetre fe be mfe miensa de bi tipempoa na Dr. Dochumbo a me farm Ministry of Education ha be di spokesperson and then me Kennedy Japan spokesperson the people only see the nice part. You say when you are politically exposed, go for review and then place a value on you and assume for you.
That's right.
The end as Messi now they who sort to pick up with him. Now they who say on about telam kusa with him. Oh, nipa ni nso say ekadwuma na wo ye dey all you know. Those who so when ye oyama no some dey any ayi yama. I tell you one thing. Young people are your politics, you know. There are many moments in our lives you get into your own closet and you feel like it doesn't worth it.
Plenty times.
There are plenty times. When you get into your own closet, and that dawns on everybody. You say, that's me cry, say you say be a school, my cry. Me was second degree baby and sir. Me a lawyer, and me found Koya Jumakwa, but some one try a journey any. Now for so much rest, so much expectations, so much demands. Then I go ya Adom. To say Omanebo Amadi. Try opposition ye dede faha say ha a move rex. Check masa the woman can say the public will see what they perceive to be the nice part. But 90% of the story, you know, and we are on set. It be politicians here Americans it be our because of politics here also be be feel say because of politics here obviously it be must say because of the same politics. So then Uncle Adom na be aban bi ba na also betima som na onim media the mercy who say sebi to say a fast student politics ma be do ha no and your friend if it is not part of you you can't do it take it from me say so part of you na bia ise bia wabobra ye sebia Kennedy Japan obi ni mrebi wakonya osika ana also when you also person be dey obesom ana bia wabobra also ise we Brian Champa na Ibrahim Muhammad bi say dey also when you scan afedi obesom and yes sir the disincentive a woman ya wo dia obekom no there is bibia kwam ebo adwumi so be sorry ayo na say be ready ko sorry yes part of communication so wo sorry na no pa 5 am kwa wo sorry to kan na office mo say be wo so ko e be twa mo na ya any adwuma as you have to say you say no say ko you have to come and be as be there at some point you feel that the average young politician won ni bia no you are treated like a commodity in the public sight. Kofoko anu say Jamaa say odi oni busua bia also sorry na wadwe nyina na say me so be so be your mind sika na ode ukodi entesa famu
madam fu be say said yankofo anu war politicians enya cry
say no bar system produces good outcome and na country bia get the leadership that it deserves and the leadership of every country reflects who the people are. Because someone there and then we have been very open and very honest and frank to ourselves. So we go through all this mail. Now, be a political cycle. To say, I'm using myself still as an example. To say, be a my buying power. Automatically, the next 8 years, literally, say, professionally, now we are. If you're a young person, you have nothing to do.
Nothing to do.
Just me you. Tubani na mwana na ofa ne do ofa pani we go kodi na chi we na yesi ba ko na ya disappoint you maza bu na ye koto aba na nipa bi o say no pe adekere ama ne nua na menya ma no na adekere ne nya ma ye ne koto esirim Intima anya transfer na man on to nyere e ma ye to no why disappointed. I'm saying, madam,
Monya bia man.
nam so anya bi. Nam say, madam, see can the people who are more disappointed, it should be some of us. Because we are closer and we see the power and the expectations are not met. And still you have to pretend everything as well. Ti way obey. Kwasi ko ati abo position 8 years. Be dia bia 8 4 what the average in emphasis Ghana say 8 years. When na mo bra obi am adwuma. So your man boa ma. The moment a party be opposition, obi am adwuma.
That's right.
Udu ti be pempema and give an outlook that everything is well for 8 good years. And it's all our papa bia one here there will be a threat to hope. One here abese some school. O ka be dey, obese san. And you go through all these things. So be bimpa. Na Nyankopon aba na aban bia aba ye de wa hye be se ne som. Osobosom so na haka atwade na di. Wetima hwe oyere na wo ma na afoforo aka no wabo mu. Because if you look at the politician life, 90% of nabrabo nyina go to people. When you go to church, wild expectations. When you go to funeral, wild expectations. And ever name it everywhere. I feel benyaya in the line of duty. In the line of duty. Now the only thing I better answer is kwesi kwa atin ekoya zo wa anyi. Eh, abusu akoko. Obi a hwese krache na fefe. Ene afredi e wa ya menua kwa amekwa ne mempe ebi a baabi mfa ne hye. Asomasi kwala e wo fie nyina memfo mu school mu. We are near the wa legon ha. We are near the wa kokan university. Afredi came. All of us had the answer. Until you put yourself in such a shoe, now we say, does it even worth it? Maybe we na kra so far so here NSA. And so for me, that day I was home. Me a bomb yare. A bomb yare not because I have a relationship with him. One, because he's a human being. And honorable as some more kind. Adi I lose kese pa is a sense of humanity. We have almost politicized ourselves into imbeciles. As I said, binyansa ni adwenya de eni echi. Hey, na wo de say bi eswai kra no, eswai yare, eswai yiwo. Yare ni wo de be bie ni ho asase so ye di trampoa. Menua, say wo yonko wo ta na said the worst thing you can wish for your enemy no, yare kra nka ho. Because there are some low moments in a person's life uhuna you wouldn't even wish that for him. There are some very low moments uhuni pa kwa say oh, adi we de aseme na me no wo twa ba de me gem and one of them is death. Na bebrebe nyina wo kona fe ni pa na kan nse gudu so odo oka so oya obone so fa odai na fe na sanasa enti say you say asemasi na obenten ewu and me what makes me asab na me the videos me ntimi hwe bi because sometimes I just give a mental picture say therefore obviously it wasn't an event, they went through some process. Did that tragic moment even if it took 15 minutes for them to die, the agony of that 15 minutes, because I mean, let's hypothetically assume say aeroplane kwa ball eduem. Say ball mono ejano babu e best start every baby. So they will be conscious of what is going to happen to them.
Even especially say aboduem.
Yes. They will be conscious of it. La passe last 2 years, my birthday 13 December. Na my Assemblies of God Pastor Mana. Ya na edru my birthday bia me kwachiano. Na bia ya empire bo kakra timi nam kwan so ya na clinker yi omo se empire ayi aso ayi company ya wa Ghana investment wo so car no kwa me hu bi sada car ten clinker yeti an se pe nkofo se wa feli break sada no wo ne ye 15 cars so say ni nyina na within that seconds na me hu say ba no then reality dawned on me say me gina wuo ne enkwan ye de enkwanta and as ma making na mo say na say ewuo no within seconds so nya dia just say afi na kim na me hu hwehwehwe all of a sudden me su say tum na ka ne munum no fa so ana ekọ share baby na ekiri won ma ibi omo ye nya me na boa say wu anya dai amen nti within that moment no na mbusa mo say that process na me go to nti ama say me na nkwan no so bia me timi fa ina lane unconsciously me say me fa ina lane ni ka bi beto me a me timi nya kwe eso hu a dey ahye me because of the experience I be dey go through no nti ni busa mo say that moment within that be a minute or 30 seconds, and I could reflect and realize I was going to die. And it don't want me say me be who. Tiaja me can say rather Jimmy. That was the only thing I say me catch them home. And I'm trying to put this in myself in these men's shoes. And you say you no more deal be or Dubai. No more so more whole process. What a matter I say. And I just say be a campaign be ground or so walk so pay to me be an oko two of you. These are young men or sorry crown and Yanopa. So you quadra. Then the call comes from your boss. So penny may not do media for Timesel a book council could you name yede a mammy. And you corner the whole time, but I wouldn't say a book of one car in a class of because when you had a winner 30 minutes, a bus for 30 minutes, and to do 2 hours program last year within the next 3-4 hours. So what's our office? It's book our own car. And I know I cry any Obiana Ben Alaji Lemuna, yeah. No, or say or call the fear no not Alaji cry a cancer or pay dinner. I'm on the crowd to see dinner be on Moon. Yes, you prepare dinner no salad.
You see, this all these 5 people, like I said, apart from Abuajina or Fio Boaseno, and the crew,
yes,
the 4 people in there, for the last 20 years of my life, I have been with them. 20 years. I remember the first time on my neighbor Oba headquarters, Oba kind this one. Now, when I receive no reception, let me a deputy general secretary and Oba. I can remember the dress he was in a gray dress like this, not Dubai. So I've known that Lemuna is somebody I've known all these last 20 years. As for Murtala, I've known him from student politics, ABC. Was at the point he was the ASU president, All African Students Union, and all those things. So these are people I've had close relationship with, and that's why I didn't know it affects you directly because Lemuna like this, he was part of our.
Honorable Pacho, just hold him, mommy. Me banwatos me kozum sombra. Na me Dr. Med Lawrence Kofi Achampon. Or no air forensic medical security intelligence expert. CCA, or the Registrar General of the International Academy for Certified Disaster Emergency Management, Criminology and Forensic Professionals at UK. Doc Marchi, bibi aboko there. Doc Pacho on mute my why na yetumi atene o ka chere.
Pacho te me kasa no.
Aha, mete on kasa. From your professional experience, me sure say Wednesday we no wash any course or crash site or senior see any idea. Who say what could be adim poi bia etumi the idea see a coach my money near see.
Okay, me da se bebre. Me ma mo tiefo nyina achi na no pay. Me da ma se mama kwenya se me kan share mo tiefo ni die kakra me wo ewo bibisa esini addition dia mo tia kakra ewo na ansa na me shase no me pese me de ya concern bema mampani o mine se ostoma na crofo so mu ko dijumadi sombo sei ema o my Ghana na atoren chem sei esiye ade a nyina no aboy busa na ade a ye hunu se yankopon mane enko achichi nanso wohwe adesua mu dia ade a etimisi ya ye friend disaster na disaster no eba was say ye boy ye husie na ye ye nhihye ye se de be ya BBC esia ye betimi akọ na ya kwakọ boa ye nuano mo a omo hu ebeka no enti ye adesua de kese
Entino once you are Obia, you are into emergency management, any, I mean, you are certified disaster, any criminology and forensic professional, no. Share how was see any to me, the any call air crash site on idea to me, no, only saying, entity be also on the Magana for near to me, aboa, the next time near to me, in the year, according to how Munchecha to me, is it?
Yo, me that say, the kind, me kase, me mejumamuno, me yobia eba, forensic, mesuamu adie, na, baby a mesua adie, akodu kakra no, se bibi esi, na, efa, bibi a wasi hwehwemu ho a, me no de me di ehye bebre nneoma nkete bi a eboaye ewo nipa ho a ye betimi de akase wei na ye wei anase wei ni na wei ni na bibi says a bibi e friend disaster no na ade a de nneoma bebre eba ohwe se de atorenchem sie ya eno no helicopter na crashe ye no nti bi se etete na nipa enso so akwa ne bebre enso so topete ye empo ebi so ehye nti sa na de boni be kase challenge ana se de nsusuaso bi ba se wan fa kwan bi so na wan fa anhwehwe baby ade ni siye ni bia na nneoma nyina e wose wunya e friend of evidence ana se ade a wobetimi anya wode be kase wei na wei no na etimi ekwachi na esa etimi fra nti wobɛhu sɛ nam sɛ ato apete ne etimi fra na sɛ de si fra ne sɛ efra na ebetimi aba sɛ wiem hyɛn na no mutim na ɛno nso so ɛbɔ fam na etiti no ɛno no betimi ato apete ebi betimi akɔka nipa akwa ne dia ɛno nso so ato apete no nti wobɛhu sɛ wiem hyɛn no akwa baabi no ɛne nipa no nso so akwa baabi no adi mfra nti sɛ wonye obi a ya wakɔ suku anasɛ wayɛ saa deɛ wei ɛwɔ mpre bi so a ebi a wobɛkɔ akɔhu sɛ ebi yɛ helicopter no akwa bi na ɛda hɔ na mmom ebi a na nipa akwa nso so ɛka ho anasɛ adeɛ bi a ehia titiw a ɛno nso bɛboa ama nhwehwɛmu akɔ so no ɛno nso so ɛka ho nti sɛ bibi sɛsi a akwanya wei no na yɛde tu ɔmanfoɔ no fo sɛ ɛni sɛ mokɔkɔ sesa nneɛma wɔ hɔ ɛni sɛ mokɔ hɔ no ɛwɔ sɛ motwɛn na ɔmo a yɛtwɛn ɔmo a ban de ɔmo bɛba hɔ no na ɔmo aba abɛboa ama saa nneɛma wei yɛtumi asesa no maako na ankwankɔfoɔ wei ne bi a ma sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛhu sɛ wei ni anaasɛ wei ni nti brɔfo kasa ne yɛkasɛ sɛ biribi hye saa na anaasɛ atɔrɛnkyɛ bi to saa na the bodies become dispersed, fragmented, and bent, and sɛ biribi hye a yɛkasɛ extremely fragmented and fragile nti sɛ wansom yie koraa ɛtumi ɛtotɔ baabi nti ɛyɛ adeɛ ehia paa
nti sisi yɛde a team of investigators alcohol so mun koyhwem no mu ne esiye ankasa no yemmoa ho how Ghana betumi akoye nim from where we are no edeba de na also mo de omoni hwe kwan ben so so mfa so ye adwuma no search that they betumi nya no kore a ye hwehwe from this investigation e koso no
ohwe ye mayimu ye wo ndwuma bebre yewo de ohwe oyenye so ye disaster so yewo school pon ani omo sua de akwanimu me amene o kase yewo professors bebre a ebi wo University ebi wo University of Cape Coast yewo university ahodo wo Ghana ha no Mimi say Kwame Nkrumah University na mesua ade na be a friend of forensic any investigations ni mu no omo betimi aboa titiriw e wo saa nneoma na nipa a yɛde omo akɔkɔ sɛ omo nkonko hwehwɛ mu no nso police nso yɛwɔ department bi a yɛ friend of forensics and crime lab and this omo kabom no mo ne disaster ko no etimi kabom bia ɛno ne boa sɛ de be yɛde omo akɔ no bibia betimi akɔ ne kwano ama deɛ wɔsi yɛ fɛfiri hɔ nom ne yɛ fɛfiri hɔ but adeɛ baako a mɛka ne sɛ bibi sɛ esi a ɛnyɛ sɛ yɛkɔ hɔ nom baako ebi wɔ hɔ nom a yɛtumi kɔ hɔ nom mpɛn bebree wohwɛ bibi te sɛ atɔrɛntwɛm a ɛsi wɔ US September 11 pa even wohwɛ mfie kura bosomi bebree akyi kura na ɛda so kɔ baabi esiye no ɛkɔkɔ sisa bibi obi bɛka sese we deɛ no mo dɔɔso yɛwɔ bi so wɔ hɔ nom a esiye jet na nipa 11 ɛna na ɛwɔ mu ɛno nso so ɛwɔ hɔ nom bosomi kɔpem mfie sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a omo sua adeɛ no betimi akɔ hɔ prɛno sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a bibi kura wɔ hɔ nom mu gya wɔ hɔ nom a omo betimi afa enti sɛ no sesese yasesa nipa ni bi afiri hɔ no ɛnkyerɛ sɛ awie nti da bi esiye no nso yɛbɛbɔ ho ban kɔpem sɛ bibi yɛ nyinaa ɛbɛwie pɛyɛ.
Okay, yo on entna na memra studio ni yembedi ho enkomo okay honorable na wano go assembly so awoka ansa na meje wako
na make na ne say o minor you I'm say it is about time you adopt to some of the political strategies of some countries.
Okay.
Where we must have political off-season. In the trouble we are, I'll see it, me say a trouble we are 3 months or 1 month after election, all political activities cease. Like it happens in some countries. Because South Africa, they do political off-season until 4 months to the next election. So that must here. So all what will be left will be major like political conferences and political meetings. But they be able to try radio so NDC ni MPP ni BBNDC BNPP no. I think that we must start to think through. Even quite a bit more for so I be a friend of political off-season. In this year, to we are 1 month after no grant, I was saying all district assemblies posters, political posters in a TTV system.
But you see,
I'm coming to that. Okay. I'm just coming to build. More politics need to do more to the point here because it is only in Ghana that we do politics 24/7, 360. What must you hear? Politics 24/7, which is a day, 360. The whole year, we don't have any offset. When himself cause some countries be now, you don't even know political parties exist. All what you know is government working. And American, it does not mean say you will close down any political party. No, their major activities like their conferences, their meetings goes on. But that prominence near the political party radio station every morning, NDC, MPP, it has got to a point and the sending now the human conscience in us is getting lost. BBI politics. BBI politics. So I think say it is about time we should look at the way we can reduce that political influence now our system. No, we should reduce it. I'm not saying we won't do politics. We'll do politics, but we should do politics with conscience. The second aspect of the nation, You see, me at me see na me chambers. And be friend because I'm see na me information even before he came on air. Oh yes.
Do you knew around there 9:30 10
cry around 9:30 10 when I information
so crash
that something has happened. The only
name identities
minimum they gave me all the name apart from the crew. I knew everything from the very beginning.
Wow.
In fact, of frame, I shouted in a way that my secretary, who is in the next office, rushed into the room to ask what has happened. Oh, Raji Ben said, I didn't know. For some time, you couldn't even put yourself together. So what must I say? Inti, and yes, you know, some kasia, a busy or my mudo. Have you ever seen the 2 ministers, cabinet ministers, vice chairman, crash in one day? All of them are gone. And you see, you can't. As I say, ministers are more prominent in it. We forget about the crew. Obi yes, so worry 1 month.
Yes.
I said, Bakuba is a 2 months baby or something.
Baby, yes.
And a Bakunsu 2 months baby. Bakunsu worry 1 month. These are all young souls that we have lost. It was your phone and mom, and he announced because we are saying, Oba, now Bob Bray. Apart from Obusi Abon, who some bought Obusi Afro. So that was it. Say, sorry, na woman, Abobusia. Se party na woman, Abobusia. A Kubia woman, no Bobusi Afro. But I say, Nipe, we, Omina, but bought on my Abusia. So that was your bought on my Abusia. Untimi, and say, we be a Semdaho for the next 100 years. Bibiaba, they will make reference to it. For the next 100 years. And we ever not because this is not intense. So I must say. So I created this and papa. So I would advise all those who are making commentary on it. But saying this also have declared all political communicators should cease until further notice. We are mourning. I hope everybody will go in that direction. Omananga said to and next Friday nebe funeral ama omina abum. So what must say? We should all take clue from that. Nam ensembi. To more platform so can someone fata anyway. How can you wish death for your brother? I didn't know so ultimo nipa wakume mpa make say we do uankambe. Hey.
Okay.
Now who could okra? Anyway, me the message obi enya botre.
Okay.
Na ansa na me the last word no me the verses be betuja for people to reflect on it. Into the maminu
okay. Answer na mama wa bemo no. Mama ni doc in we tell or kobo na membra. Dr. Med Lawrence Kofi Achampon so ho sebano forensics Ghana hano yemra no to saying in that particular aspect.
Yo, say eba bibi say forensics Ghana hanom ayade ye wo amanfo a omusua ade akwachi wo forensics mo na yemra no so ema ho kwan se eye se bibi a ye wo omo ewo nimdie a omo akosua onumu ama omo passe omo so hwe a ye kase omo ye forensic expert ewo omaini na me pese me kasa se mo ise forensic no eyade a ewo eye afana bebre said ye me pese me chene se forensics no ye wo forensics a ewo business a friend of forensic accounting any auditing ye wo forensic a ewo engineers friend of forensic engineer ye wo forensic a ewo medicine a friend of forensic medicine ye wo ebi mo ho a omo hwe omo mawu ye wo ebi mo so ho no mo a obi wu ye mmom biribi ato no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛyɛ nhwehwɛmu a ɛno nso so yɛwɔ doctor a ɔno nso so ɛyɛ saa nhwehwɛmu no sɛ mpo mefa no sɛ obi arepu obi adefile obi yɛwɔ ɔmo nso a ɔmo asua forensic na ɔmo bɛyɛ yɛwɔ obi nso wɔ hɔnom a ɔmo ɛyɛ biribi te sɛ chemistry ɔmo hwehwɛ nneɛma mu ɛho sɛ obi anom aduro bi poison anaasɛ biribi ne nyinaa nso so ɛwɔ hɔnom yɛsan wɔ forensics nso a ɛno nso so wɔ aviation ɛyɛ wohwɛ ɛyɛ helicopters ne plane ne ho keka ho a yɛwɔ ɔmo nso a ɔmo nso sua ɛyɛ sɛdeɛ wobɛsi ahwehwɛ mu sɛ biribi ɛnso so ɛsi a ɛno nso so nko a ɛwɔ hɔ yɛsan wɔ forensic no ɛwɔ ɔmo a ɔmo yɛ biribi a yɛfrɛ no basic sciences no obi wɔ hɔnom a ɔbɛfa ɔmo gya na watest your DNA obi nso wɔ hɔnom a ɛyɛ even ɛyɛ wotirinwi ɔnsamɔwerɛ ɛyɛ biribi efiri nipa ho ba no obetumi nso so ahwehwɛ mu ɛna yɛwɔ forensic nso a wɔn twa picture nko a yɛwɔ forensic photography nti forensic no ɛwɔ broni bɛka sɛ it has a lot of umbrella it's under a big umbrella and ɛyɛ specialty biara ɛwɔ bi a yɛsua mu adeɛ ɛkɔ anim na Ghana hanom no yɛwɔ saa ahodoɔ ne nyinaa wɔ hɔ ɛna deɛ ɛtwa to a mepɛ sɛ mede ka ho yɛ forensic a ɛwɔ ɛyɛ sɛ egya ɛtɔ baabi a ɔmo yɛ ɛho hwehwɛmu nso so ɛno nso so ɛwɔ hɔ ɛna ebi nso so a ɛreba ebi nso sɛ kra yɛwɔ biribi a ɛno nso so ate se a yɛfrɛ no forensic wildlife ɛyɛ ɛmmoa a ɔmo wɔ nwura mu sɛdeɛ amanfoɔ kum mu na ɔmo fa ɔmo ho nneɛma ɛde kɔ amanɔne kɔgye sika ɛne ho keka ho nyinaa ɛno nso so yɛwɔ ɔmo nso sua adeɛ wɔ mu a ɔmo hwehwɛ ɛno nso so mu nti ɛwɔ ahodoɔ bebree na ɛyɛ yɛ man mu no mmara ne ma ho kwan na yɛwɔ nipa a wɔn asua adeɛ wɔ Ghana wɔn asua adeɛ wɔ amanɔne wɔn akɔ ne amanɔnefoɔ akɔtena ase ayɛ nhwehwɛmu a wɔn aba Ghana wɔn nso so ɛboa sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a forensics no ɛbɛkɔ n'anim nti mmara no ɛma ho kwan na mpo sɛ kɔ court nso a court nso so agye tum sɛ sɛ biribi si a yɛnyɛ forensic no na yɛmboa ma no korɛ ɛndɛɛdi
nti sabio ɔmo hyeeɛ no na ɛyɛ adeɛ a yɛbɛtumi ayɛ saa forensic no bi atumi ehu sɛ wei ni say anaa ɛno no is just restricted to DNA.
Mepacho ɛyɛ sɛ ɛba atɔrɛnkyɛm a yɛfrɛ no disaster no sɛ ba a ɛyɛ forensics no ɛba bɛka disaster no ɛnyɛ atɔrɛnkyɛm biara ɛna yɛ a mpɛn bebree no yɛyɛ forensics no sɛ mpo sɛ yɛbɛgye atom sɛ wei ɛna de atɔrɛnkyɛm no baeɛ no na ɔman no nyinaa ɛne normally we say that the legal authority who gives the order on what has to be done. Nti no ɛyɛ aban no anaasɛ ɛyɛ court no anaasɛ nhwehwɛmu bi a ɛyɛ ɛda yɛ nyinaa akoma so sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛyɛ no na yɛadɔ mu asukɔ na yɛakɔ akɔ pɛ wɔn a wɔbɛtumi ayɛ saa adeɛ no nti no wohwɛ ɛyɛ deɛ esi yɛ a DNA no ɛka ho but ɛnyɛ ne nyinaa nti no yɛwɔ biribi a yɛfrɛ no the minimum standard of forensic investigation ɛwɔ ɛyɛ ewiase na wohwɛ a ɛba atɔrɛnkyɛm a ɛyɛ biribi a yɛfrɛ no Interpol ɛyɛ 1948 mu hɔnom wɔn de nhyehyɛeɛ bi baeɛ sɛ atɔrɛnkyɛm si a ɛkwan a ɛwɔ sɛ obiara ɛfa so ɛhwehwɛ mu no ɛno nso so ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛguide ɛyɛ aman nyinaa nti ɛno no ɛwɔ hɔ na ɛnyɛ DNA nko a wohwɛ a ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtena ase na yɛaplane na Ghana yɛwɔ saa adeɛ no na mmom Ghana yɛwɔ mmara bebree but sɛ Bruni beka say implementation no na ya na dwumba bi ya na ebia etochema kakra na nanso bibi sesi a e wo se timi kaye se e wo se timi hyemu kina na omo ade wo saa baby na o betimi aboa no ye de omo nyina eba se de be ya asem ni si a ye betimi de akọ ebize ya de ye kan se ye mpese besi awie ansa na ye begina ho ne aka se why na wo se ko why na wo se yesi na emom se hyehyɛ ne da ho dadade a obo se enya si a ye nim se we na ekọ ye nim se we na wo se ọkọ baby esi no na ọkọkọ fa we free ho ye nim se we na wo se ọfa de ya fa free baby esi ye no de baka mu ansa na free car mu enso so akọ baby e pese ye de kọ enti wohwɛ ɔman ni mu di a ɛyɛ bibi sei no ɛyɛ ade a ehia paa sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtoto na yɛyɛ
nti dɔk na mpɛ sɛ mehu sɛ because yɛate sɛ saa samples of the bodies from the South Africa na for further forensic examination ɛno no na nka ɛbɛtumi ayɛ no wɔ Ghana ha anaa
mepakyɛ ɔyɛ mehyɛ aseɛ no ɛka kyerɛw sɛ me a me ne woka sɛ masua ade mesua wɔ mufa na wɔ Ghana ha yɛwɔ nipa a ɔmo ɛwɔ nimdeɛ ɛwɔ nneɛma bebree mu ɛwɔ Ghana sɛ wohwɛ ɛyɛ yɛ universities wohwɛ police ɛyɛ ɔmo crime lab a mesua adeɛ no koraa mekɔ hɔ nom ɛkɔkɔyɛ practicals wɔ hɔ ɛno nso wɔ hɔ yɛwɔ wohwɛ University of Cape Coast sisi koraa ɔmo yɛ biribi ɛfrɛ no undergraduate course ɛwɔ forensic science nko a wohwɛ University of Development Studies ɔmo nso so UDS ɔmo nso so ahyɛ aseɛ ɛyɛ forensic science ɛyɛ masters even any degree nso so a ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo tirim ɛwɔ hɔ no enti sɛ ɛba sɛ yɛkyerɛ nkwalaa ɛba sɛ ɛna yɛbɛkyerɛ nkwalaa yɛnim nipa wɔn bɛkyerɛ nkwalaa no a yɛntumi ɛnyɛ saa nti yɛwɔ nipa ahodoɔ a ɛba sɛ yɛhwehwɛ mu a yɛbɛtumi na mmom deɛ meka ne sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ nipa ahodoɔ no ɔmo wɔ hɔ nom no nyinaa ɛwɔ sɛ ɛno yɛ forensic but forensic no ɛno nko atumi gyina ɛna sɛ atɔrɛnkyɛm si a ɛyɛ disaster no ɛno nso so ɛwɔ nneɛma bi a ɛwɔ sɛ san aka ho nti forensic ne nko ara no ɛntumi ɛnyɛ disaster no hɔ no yɛwɔ disaster expert ɛyɛ wohwɛ ɔman yi mu a yɛwɔ Adom yɛwɔ national disaster response team ɛne ho keka ho nyinaa ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo no ɛne forensic foɔ no ɛka bom sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a sɛ atɔrɛnkyɛm no si no a ɔmo aboa wɔn ho asie dada na wɔn akɔ ɛyɛ baabi asi no ɛno na ɛma no yɛ broni bɛka sɛ ɛyɛ well structured planned and it will be a very good response ɛnyɛ sɛ asi awie no ɛna ɛwɔ sɛ yɛboaboa saa nipa
nti no based on your experience obi bisa sɛ na yɛde kɔ South Africa sɛ yɛkɔɛ no wohu ne sɛn a wobɛka sɛn
ɛno no deɛ sɛdeɛ mesi kaeɛ no saa nneɛma wei nyinaa no ɛgyina ɛyɛ the legal authority na ɔmo yɛ ɛbɛdecide sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛyɛ wei anaasɛ yɛyɛ sei na saa nneɛma no nyinaa no ɛyɛ a ɛgyina nneɛma bi so ɛna ɛma saa deɛ no ɛba enti no ɛno deɛ metumi nka ho asɛm bebree ɛfiri sɛ ɛgyina deɛ menim sɛ biribi wɔ hɔ nti ebi ɔmo kaa sɛ ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo ɛde kɔ South Africa no ha ba ne nyinaa gyina the legal authority na ɔbɛka sɛ yɛmfa nkɔ ha anaasɛ yɛnyɛ ne sei
by your current legal authority no ɛka sɛn
mepakyɛw sɛ
your current legal authority no ɛka sɛn
ɛna meka sɛ deɛ ɔbɛka sɛ wei no yɛnkɔyɛ ne ha ɛna adeɛ baako nso ɛhia ɛwɔ sɛ yɛhu ni sɛ disaster si a ɔho nhwehwɛmu wɔ hɔ nanso adeɛ baako a yɛhia paa ɛyɛ cultural and religious considerations so
okay all right
ɛyɛ adeɛ baako a ɛhia wɔ disaster mu paa
Mate
Yankasa, yes, it is any sum,
Doc Martin Medasi, I think that Nena me here on our to me, I can remember studio, and I'm a quasi. Now I was saying about
Mammy felt free, baby, honorable lawyer, a kind on the humanity aspect.
Generally, a gathering of lawyers.
And this one, please believe me, I'm not being political on any political party because I want to point the individuals out. Not the end. My name is one more jubilate we hono. Sebi, one belong to party and a party beer. Maka, me Obama book Audacity of Hope. Now, me yes, me create idea the summary of the book. Okay, the summary of the book, the challenges that America was going through, no, whether it's government, whether it's political, whether it's social, or something upset, is because the people of America has lost almost sense of humanity. When you lose your sense of humanity, adia any concern the union or the bayano. Meters as a coach, Emma and Nipa in Yakaniano, Bako for me for the way the jay atum. And no more I am fata and Anna and Nipa day, ebay. And for me, gradually, that is where on my yeko. At all levels. Anyway, inquire, adia will be beating me yet the young Kunipano. So what's now dream one. Which was just a Nipana, a dream will quit me a day. And please don't think far. And need your time to the day upon the uncle. Dream any pa as basic as civil servants. A beer document be also forward. A bema any pa be a more baby, a home and a hotel. Cut a be best sign, ever many baby a hotel. We be a will be best sign, a bema hospital we go see her. Or he be a or better be a say, I made the project about so bad for or say, I'm on a take one ass and point a day. That is the sense of humanity a day, you lose. And unfortunately, you know that I home. A drew fear die, Boko Moss, a drew Cassiada. You could just say them that, yeah, was it be okay, we all come back. But Sasma making on this very subject matter, and I'm just pointing some few people out. Now, in the district, the end of the MIA. Metia, somebody sent me a tweet, reported to be from Inya Sam George. Now, or reference it, bra, Samira Baumia, one the bodyguard be equal, and he was trying to cast aspersions or the kwabna boy do thereby. No cast Adam neighbor to baby Dr. Baumia Honko for a day, which I felt was very unfortunate. But another example. Bra, one of the demonstrations, and also video with the man is here. Na me who Samijan film, me Samijan film, Boja Sub. No more ye, Etonum, Mr. Galamse, no say, Kumana do my radic, minimse, Bonhua. I felt let's your politics you do stage be home. Let's draw certain sectional lines. I had the in the supreme interest of how we live as human beings. What I say? One more muye. Let's even assume some MPP for. At no point should they even be encouraged. At no point they should be also say, hey, Nipa will set a tragic death. No, I mean, they were a man. A man wa unti ase wo ho de enko na e ben wo so anti ase awo ye de enko na ma on another issue am pese meka ho asem doc presentation na okaye no I think say your response to emergency situations as a country na nkasa no you hear very well informed civic education as a people okay na that me nam de bia I'm a storyteller na me nam okokuma say VIPB be 4 years ago na VIP no jo oshiaka ba boy no kwa do instant wa tie boom na say eje to ye VIP ba say de yetimo no
na o
VIP ba say me come tie kwa amada tibiti boom na ehun say eja musie ka no ni na obi ehun hwe nti nkofo ye so be break glasses ni bi na ye dey from and breaking from inside no was very tough.
Wow.
And you hwe so kwa na wakutan bibi dey dey a break. Nani you say cars bear 10 a pack wo. Cars 10 a pack on do bi aye. One more musi nyina everybody pick their phones. One more be video how we're going to die. Was it no that is this is who we are. San Andrew.
Who we've become.
Who we've become.
Yeah.
Baby, they say Yakuma na say the evil in human heart is here na could do. And Papa Baku Timmy Boy no cast moya moana. Mr. TV said, but I'm just quoting what he said. Say the move video a coin ever for so a one. I think a one of my junior a bomb also, and they started to pay Adriane and Ma glasses and then we started coming out. I didn't tell me Casa, may Kaku see a young war more. People were complaining about soldiers and Jude bags. It's very unfortunate, that's hard to buy. But you see, the bigger unfortunate thing we did was the pictures we took there. Soldiers said, Sebio, there are situations that they may have to improvise on what they have at that particular point because an emergency response. And he said, you said the single is required, the Sena, which my day, our Amadaqua, or the two maybe, or the other atom. Very unfortunate incident, and it was bad. So, Mode sack, a very inhumane and indignified. Say pictures and images of a banner. It brings some sky into our mind. But that is not the bigger problem. The superior problem is why, even in the first place, we are allowed to take videos and pictures there. For what? Now, a question is to us as well. Not to be a picture at the other. And that is one thing we have to look at. I say, on mind do stage beer. I see a test out on my beer. I say, yes, we need to break news. But in the news, be na yeah, but and it's about media more professionalism there.
But no, now accuse Ghana for the China and as a soldier for because soldier for at that point.
No, soldier for me. Say now on mine no. No man kitchen. Say who example I'm going find. Say ye be wo no. One more pack here. Yeah, you for one more. Now e jana be si ase. Go post to the first. That's e jana she you say seems
because when you say even around 10:30 now before media no cry benya visuals.
Let now
Ghana phobia video.
And now want to cry. Because in any serious jurisdiction, accident is crime. No matter what, can you cry any day? So, to even protect the integrity of the place, you know, but you see, it's also because among young Kasaya we don't trust our emergency response system that we've built over the years. In the accident, the Sukuma Sakra, Obian himself helicopter be anywhere, Obian is ambulance be anywhere, and do a car, no, you have to stop and try to save them. And even in the attempt to save people, end up causing more complications and fatalities. Go get trained. So, in the young Kasa, we don't trust ourselves, say, hey, Maza, accident to see what maybe I just met here and they say, here, and we say, oh, mommy from 92 till now. The number of deaths are recorded, or recorded, because this is broader conversations on accidents. Or say, 1992 to 2005 there, no data no more share than day, put you online. But or her estimates no average calculation of between 60 to 90,000 deaths on the roads alone recorded. And what my how the national cancer we poverty free one, it's road accidents, and there's a conversation you don't have it. Penny for you more we or penny acha bia bosum mienu ye be substantive minister ye dia the Ghanavia Adom. But for me is an opportunity for us to discuss broadly the accident regime and our emergency responses to that.
The reason why until now moko the fight against Galamsey.
Yes.
What opportunity NSM we should present to government in terms of dealing with Galamsey? Government should declare a state of emergency and Maya. Does this present quite a clear opportunity?
Me, I'm being very frank with you. Forget about the party I belong to. I'm tired of politicizing Galamsey. Because a soon so. Anna, what's in Kranha? Be a Kodumo de Moma than Cranford. Yeah,
but also maybe I mean, if you bow, so no metako fipa. You know, Galamsey, the all coming no,
Galamsey in common. May Yatia says, one, Yentimi solve. Two, no, as my maker, no minimum. Two, we are not even willing to solve it. Where as I'm a bro, baby, ye dem common ye day. esi e wo TV so no e bro so it's not really even about livelihood, but right now they have become so weaponized and so strong and so powerful. And yet, and decision. What I say? I mean, this whole point about state of emergency, of course, the president promised it. But I wouldn't sit here and pretend I'm so much an expert in fighting Galamsey than the experts. Let the leadership decide. But we now require one thing, whether as a country, you are ready to solve it. If we are ready, we can solve it, irrespective of who is in power. But if you are not ready, we'll continue to deceive ourselves. So, could you ready to pass a solve Galamsey? Any MPPO, NDCO, CPPO, journalists, everybody will say enough is enough. We are tired of it. You know, our stage enough. We tell ourselves enough. We are not tired enough. We are not angry enough. Of course, I could play the politics of it. President Mahama can also the drones, also be declared state of emergency. I've done that on so many platforms and nothing has changed, and I'm tired of it. The media is whether or not the question should even be rather whether or not as a country we want to. But the truth is that the situation keeps getting worse. Let's have the will to solve it. And of course, I mean, bottom line is that it all boils down to leadership. It all boils down to leadership because we need to be Galamsey. So I will leave it there. Okay. Now, but me see on this same substantive issue, and I have one point I want to make before we move to the other. Adebakwa, we should not lose sight of here. Yes, be come for. Say yakwa ye no. And ye no bako, oh, ejabi tiase. Asima ye ke ho. If you are not very intentional about holding the families involved, especially soldier for no young people, say you won't share that more brand new big legacies at their back. You will see one more in the next 15 years and you'll be sad for them. So we must be very intentional about it. We must be very intentional about building we must be building be very intentional about building one nuclear family and that's in the line of their service, because I'm sure say in other jurisdictions I agree.
The military would something like that.
Funds, a scholarship scheme, and let it be enshrined. Now, based on somebody's feelings and somebody's discretion. Now, we intimate. I feel not when I'm not a ministry, not or introduce so many maybe me could player or the question papa. We know ourselves and we know what we can. Abafu Fuina, 3-4 months, I want to send the Pacoso, may more ministry say that, but it's what is cube. Yes, so minister, because Sabre and Beko University, because Papa and a breadwinner, or Pequena crap per scholarship, PBI, Amam, Unyabi. See, let's build a system now. If there has to be a welfare fund, if there has to be a trust in their names, in not Abusiano, and then Patana Day, and more no, you know, who is a Kojo, oh my, was smart. And we are saying to you, God can, the state can call you, but God can also call you. In that process, whatever happens, so the Mayor Busiano, it's a call that I'm making on your platform.
All right, Medasi, answer Mama, a lawyer, Bemubno. Political Mackay on Facebook say Kwesi Kwating love. Nana Brafo say great submission Kwesi Kwating. Felix Opon say Dachi Ohene Nana Kojo Opon Ben Penase watching live. Hey. Okay, yo. Thank you. Felix Opon again says so sad though. Some day I hope papa. I also bet me I call Facebook on where comment. My kind will be also or pay actually. When I be say enti adewe there is one respected PhD holder in law at the University of Cape Coast. Sechibia Kranchi Sechi. I like him so much. He's an NDC. And as we see, I trust if say I want to me and the Galamsey in 1 year because of a day we obey politics here. And I maybe say, should this serve as a precursor to say, I feel the aggressively on the fight against Galamsey?
And they're not professor, why not just obey politics?
No, that's the truth too.
Because I don't see as and then galamsey in 1 year. So what must say? Sending me me feel say, and you see, it is in the same course of improving the system. But what were they going to do?
Responsible cooperative mining.
Cooperative mining, responsible because mining, you know. Senior, we I can say sebi. Yen transika suna common yen.
Yatisika so common.
But yen transika suna common. And he says we a good yen e form. O see true. But to come men e be fast true. We share miners. They be a media kweti example. This is the buy 100 years omu tu akote na man sense yo ba kokra. Omu tu da ma akote o man sense yo ba kokra. But yen nansi omu free wa e be tu go no sense yo.
I say bibia.
And they are see na responsible. And no na am so man penin nam so a anko hwe kwan obeye no responsible. And no ko de ehu okopa hontuma asem we ye den egosi ye. Enti ye na ye adwen say Galamsey is a problem. Kwambe ne be faso ya improve because Galamsey na ngase ya kan wazam no. Woni nipa e kun omo a amanfo amana ebubu wo. Omo a sebi cyanide ni we e kun dialysis yare bebre abe kidney yare bebre finsu a yankrofo no no. So but so it is a national minister we say na yeden. Ye hwene kan. Ba kojo me pacho ma me ka krebi on.
Okay.
Na idea yake na sene we kwatin kan no. Se untija no ho a ohune hye senete.
Okay.
Ye say adesa ni hu eyefo. Eyesia adesa ni hu an eyi no eyomode. So what must
obi abekwaja o.
Obi abekona koka. Akoka oyire ne mani buze mo nkrebia. Wo mo na eyi ni yomode. But we now on social Namidi Womoyede FM. As a Muslim, me can just some short 2 verses from the Quran.
Okay.
Near Nankupon Akatrain. Mampato Mammy reciting the Quranic way, so that people who are understand. Metrim, you are Metrim. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع والنقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين. The second verse says, الذين إذا أصابتهم المصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. Onyankopon eka Quran chapter 2 verse 156 say, oni nyanko beso ya hwe. Eso behwa eso ya hwe no. Ebi ho ne ye eden usro or how ebi akokra wo body no kra no betumi nya accident na bia ye twa wonan ye twa wonsa ana bibisa owuo mu eniema bebree panyankopon se bomu am benya botre oni nyankopon ono om na tie intebutuafo a mo hwe mesisi ano mesrem saa na nyankopon aka o se obeso ya hwe e wo kwan bebree so owuo okom esuro sebe niema ehu ebeba wakwam oni nyankopon se o ka se bashira o se yemmom nsempase so unya abutra oni nyankopon meden ona wo betra nkrofo ben sa na o ka no sisa nkrofo no na se bibi to omo a omo se allazina iza asabahum musiba omo na nkrofo na sa ohaw no ebom so a nsem omo ka ne se kalo inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun so bibi guwa na odi o de kan ne se yefi nyame ho no no nyame nso na ebesan den akono na tise wo bibi aye den amanyame timesre ebusuafo ehwe me se edin eya ehu enkwada ewe tire se na wo kan edie na betom se na ebehwe enkwada bebre omo feature ayira because omo hwefo no ebi owu ntem om papa wu ntem mama wu ntem ba yesisi edie bibia hye nyame nsa ebeden nyame ebehwe enti ebusuafo na me tuomfo so munya abotre na aba na den se na me kan eno na se kohwe limuna nso ne yire kohwe busua ohwe ne ekoso na it's something you cannot imagine, you can't explain. And sometimes here someone for say bia oh can't but it is something you can't just explain. Into gojo you best but two things that make the try to understand. On say by the nipa no South Africa. I didn't because me say bia you need this facility between ayenia ye pe ewa na me bo
yeah
but omangana
but before we start contesting so yeah what because we are Professor Sampene Kasai and then we spoke to even another communicator from her. Also the reference lab, CID reference lab could have done it. So Professor Sampene has contested.
They had the personnel, not the facility, but they have the facility.
It is not only it's not only the personnel. They must have the facility as well.
No, Sampene.
I don't think so because there's no way. I don't think so. No, I don't think so because we are dealing with a government. And so if the police have it,
the capacity,
there's no way the government will say it's a policeman here. There's no way. Why should we spend money take them to South Africa when we have a facility here? There's no way that will happen because we're dealing with government. And I know the government would not take the decision without say, only woman dinkita, only military dinkita, only police dinkita, only obia dinkita to assist say, I dear young say. So at man, you want one you bet me ayana. Say to me, dear, then we take it to a place. When I was saying, advocate say, you more modern, you must see intimate day. Mean, I want to see one day say, even medical tourism, Ghana has the capacity to become a medical hopper. Such things can be referred to. I didn't know that. I didn't say we are Ghana and we make money out of it, and I'm a boy. It is something that we need to look at. And finally, that humanism and I will charge our churches, I will charge our clergymen, our imams, and whatever. Please, you do baby, you young power. They should stop preaching prosperity. They should stop preaching money. They should stop preaching a yedie a quantresi can quantreni wenu. Yamasikan a nim too much. It's about time I would say a software ye imams will they should preach humanity. They should let people know say unyonkoda and oda. We must have empathy. It's not sympathy. We should have empathy. Say Bibia tu mi na wodo ho adina bibio. Because me some say I always ask myself, in Gamina told me, me here me mamba ya dian, me busuafo, me mami wa 91 years. Edian go be. What must ye? Edian go be. Me busuafo inano. Inti you empathize with the people, and that's what we call on the churches. We call on our clergy. Me, I don't want to see share video be and I don't know whether you have seen it, and I praise the chief. The head pastor. Obi ba so ba be preach on the church. And on starting no preach say. Woman, Obi be so seed of 200,000 no papa no sorry say. Next starting when they say papa. Opa no fit church o. So for Obi ya invite you say be kanya misem no. Oba so for penny it o. No so penny say ade na okay. Obi preach prosperity. One be so seed 200,000. And no sorry no pam no physical needs o this matter. I want to see people behave this way. I want to see churches behave this way. Now they be your tongue in show your tongue for that water. Church not done complete business. The emotions, the we Nyamisuna was here the money permanent. We have lost. And then Baba Uncle the President see a Johnny Januko. You don't know me fee. And I mean, you not done business ni pobo ni we papa say obo ni yes pabobo yes I say me na say no kura no na adani ewudie adani business oh It's about time we should take a clue from this. I think, say Ghana, we are losing humanity. It's not. Next time Ghana for today. Baby, na baby, Ghana for they are hot. Ghana for badaye, Ghana for humanity. But yes, it's not at the first rate. Yeah.
Okay. Yo, Mate. Ma Dr. Lawrence Kofi Achampon, Dr. Med Lawrence Kofi Achampon, Emma last concluding remarks after the into me before lines. But yeah, baby see departing words out when my year show Ghana and then your him.
Yo, me da say, yeah, the American just want to say, yeah, yeah, idea, idea, aboyin na ebisa na idea da akumaso yesu say, enchatwo no ye be hu se de esisi ye na omo ka hu nyina ye betimi akra omachi fefefe na de meka chatwo no say we nyina no se ba bibi a friend forensic ni hwehwemu na enioma be 9 na na ehia titu your friend no disaster victim identification no ye hwe se de be ye betimi anya nipadua no na yetima hwehwem na ye hu se we na afi ye hu se we na afrim na we so na afrim na afi ye hu de ye a ema omu free mu ene ekwan a efa so a ema omu free mu na ye no free ho no ma afi ya san hwehwem de forensics no eno no de yekoye chi ema ye hu se okay na ye mene o ye ni ho no na emom eba ne sen ne siye ye bia efa ha ene fa ha ene kusi ha ene ma sa to renchen wo ekoye ye de broni friend of reconstruction of the cause of the disaster no ansana afi ye hu ekwan ye be fa so a ye be build the future na ya prevent emmabi embabiem enti ya dia ehia na mefa kwan we so achia IDEP UK any IICFIP any Ghana Academy of Forensic Sciences and my professors are omo KN University. Okay. Professor Faye and Dr. Osei Ogusu Enyina.
Okay. Yo, menso me da sepa Dr. Med Lawrence Kofi Achampon and wotin kanono forensic medical security intelligence expert or no expert on now to say in edin komo na memfa mo comment ni bia mo de abano tew na fe de MBA phone lines no we say good morning. I also want you to suggest that taking care of the children shouldn't be when this government is no more, then we ignore them. They should be put in the book that every government will honor because it is very painful. Okay, so that's, I think, we kind of. Prince, good submission. Honorable Baba Jamal Esquire, we missed your TV and radio shows. My condolences to the victims' families. Yaro, Akwetia, Nedia or the Abani. Okay, so that is it. Yemi Ahomatromuna and I also share our drink. 0302 211 701. Echinobet me and 0202 211 701. Obet me afraid na yafa. Also, I didn't try.
Ojo say yes, chum we pilot chum Ampaduno. Ofia Kwetia.
Oh. Oh wow.
Ofia Kwetia.
Okay.
Ofia Kwetia otizongo ankasa. We. Okay. Ofia Kwetia.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you see how close things can be. Me kwasi say no be send them Akwetia na otizongo otiefie bia na efre no oli omoto papa bi na efre no oli omoto na fitira no te.
So one record or two about grandma order.
But you see how close the thing can come. Yo.
Kweku Frimpong Jr. said Kwesi Kwating is a top-notch communicator. And then yedema on Facebook. Mami mbongra mikrum ahanta west na minko mukokukukua Joseph Akon mwanim sema Foster Sechi misemo also Justice Evans Kojo misemo Alex Quayson Elobwankata so Williams Cosmos Kofi misemo Michael Japan Ebenezer Asian Paulina Dick Bale Alice Asian misemo Bomoa Daniel, good morning. Hello, Danny. Good morning. Danny, good morning. Okay, 0302.
Hello?
Danny, may I
Hello?
Daniel, yeah, too, Kapa, may I
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'm a paid at the master. I'm a baby champion for which you want me now. As a Asana Bandia. Asana Bandia, young I get home. Then we are saying, I go on, sir, on to a class in our
okay.
Now, young I am one pie. My answer at Tiasano. They are here who ye. And what we break. Papa Jama, you tell Bre, Yamisamo.
Okay. Daniel Diao de Bayern, also the enemy in 0302211701. My yin tio. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Call our friends here on one so Pacho. Woody Name yin tio adventure. Ola to chasi, who's here for saying? Okay, may enter where?
Ayo, semester at some way see a cadena yabuko. But Mutala, it's a fine gentleman. Look, we MPP, but all your we by just of people. And if the taste also could not name on the yeah. On the one. Okay. If I put you there, but only with the air.
Okay.
And the master. So, you now, I can't say there are some of the other people, but no more as a and saying, my many baby, Nana do my year, I know Nana do my year. Come to me, I'm ready to come back to me. Not on them. So much.
Unfortunately, you are making a good point about online no age which has into my memfa Jerry Brem. Jerry Marching, I'm into you. Hello, Jerry. Jerry Marchio 0302211701. Chino between 2 and between 3 into 0302211702 and 0302211703. Frena yemfa also agentre on asem kesia ato Ghana mai ayetesa yeda sorry ye mema ye Nnawotwe asem ekoto omuni Abubakar mi chia na pay my ntio. Hello, Abubakar. Good morning. Hello, Abubakar Sadiq. Good morning. May I where?
Hello.
So what time in car? Yes, you're too Kapa.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello, Sadiq. I'm in Tio who television.
I see an idea. Okay. Hello?
Kasa. Unfortunately, but so fra I until who TV no so. I at you who telephone no more. I don't never boy me to me a dinkomo ye. Maintain TV no. T a phone no. Into me dinkomo 0302211701 and 0302211702 and 0302211703. Mr. Malvi, good morning to you, sir. But so what you can be into you?
Yo, me damasi any mujuma pamuye. Me adia I see no. Ayeya pa. In fact, the we any pa. One can actually unai. I see a jacket to what this nation said here. A jack any pa. Aweya. Misemo tata no lenya mikata ye eweni. It is a mikana. Man can papa come into mamisa. Me best aban we enye NDC enye MPP abusiafo a mohwe omukwa a omabusia wo hono aban ni ekọ omuhu anje se omuni ko omuhu a nkoda no omuje omuchi no aban we democracy na papa no kan omukete musa aban foforo ba omuhwe abusia no na sam nkoda no too much but baby
okay
too much baby any so one year sana ni kudu omusho mo papa sa by we democrat and for no omuyedi for
me da say Mr. Malvi so about say Ghana be hwe nkoda no a se bi o moagyanom ewu agya o mo ho no Enzo good morning my ntio
yeah good morning Pacho you from me Enzo because of fee Kenya say Pacho wetu makwana
obetumi akọ.
What? I've been listening to your program and I thank you so much. But I think baby I'm a person you hit the park any what happened after the crash and Kofoku chat pictures all this circulated. I'm say it's not long and I say Diego Jota, one very prominent footballer who stay. But under no circumstance and I who say videos, the buyer, etc. Sanya any other day. All we saw is a crime scene, say, any other day. But yet, the end I buy a name, it's me say, Sadeno, Ghana for a thing in I say, my bomb de Naja Sadeno. Senator, Abrofuni and I say, you won't be Biafra. With the Diego Jota's case, it went out all over the world. But under no circumstance, and I won't be Biafra to say a dear you win. Now, yet, there to the extent I won't see a carry. Prominent people our sax money that the name. He said, "Na honorable can say it be not me packet, no more picture just to see near corner first to post and why the moment in India."
Okay. Meso me da say Enzo no Kwabena Ishak good morning. Kwabena Ishak main TV no tie o phone no so sa ultimate ka my ntie wo so wadon kire. Okay, all right. So minyana, kiss me say she be quite say greetings to Honorable Bright Asamoah Brefo, MP for Bibiani Anyaso be quiet. It's so sad though. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Imagine their wives and children waiting for them at home and they end up hearing this news. May their souls rest in peace. My heartfelt condolences to their families. May Allah Almighty be pleased with their gentle souls. Good morning.
Good morning.
John Pacho Maminte why?
Okay. Near SC and the United Bompire said, "May be CBU." Na Baba Jama and the other guy no in Kasafa.
Kwesi Kwating.
Yeah, Kwesi Kwating, Kasafa say Ebinum Diaman yourself. And Omoba ye. Omumi na Kasafine. Na previously no Omoba Kasa aya a panel no Omo Kasa echere amanfo ewo mayim no aya na entwaye.
Okay.
Enti omo pen no se de ebeba na obi anka ye se obo obi papa na account tokwa baako. Enti se nam wo so na se meme papa efiri mu a hunu se meme hu a me hu enemy as an enemy.
Okay.
Enti se omo pen se na Kwesi Kwating mfa to ho se ba omia ne wife ne driver we no obi dia ya manyosem e wo mu ya beto aba na esu obi se
okay enti ye beda se na nia ohu ewo TV no so no live visual a efi Jubilee edeba na gamanche na kono no so de ne wreath de akwakoto baby a yɛde saa mpanimfoɔ nyinaa pictures ɛsi ankɔfoɔ de wreath ɛde 20 sɛ wohwɛ wɔ yɛ a gamankyɛ ɛne no ɔno nso ne n'ahemfo ɛkɔ no ɔmode akɔakɔto hɔ well enti yɛde ɛyɛ nnɛ show no beto but wo begu so visuals ɛbɛ deɛ yɛbɛkɔ so ama wahu ne ɛkɔ honorable Baba Jamal former MP for Akwatia ono ɛbaeɛ ɛna akwesi kwatin so ɛbɛnɛ beto mɛdan wase sɛ mutu bɛka yɛ ho ma yɛde dwumadi ɛnɛ
ɛma abusuafo ne ɔman ne nyinaa yɛ akɔ
we are shedding
yo yɛbɛda ase yɛfrɛ me Samuel Kojo Brace na me nkɔfo bi ama message almost so ɛhwɛ ɛnɛ enti me nkyɛ ɔmo asɛm bɛsi Ibu ɛhwɛ ɛwɔ second D nti Ibu good morning to our baby our second D ɛhwɛ na me nankasa onhwɛ Mr. Kwabena Kweku ɛwɔ adwuma ko mekyia wonne wɔfa Edward ma wonda so a misema Francis Bedu misinia ma wɔ yakɔ misema wonne benya bodo ma canvas wa misema da so benya Richmond ma our lower disco misema Richard Dobe ma wɔ Zile misema da so Uncle Matthew ma wɔ apmenim misema Randolph ma wɔ Zejo misema da so aba Stephen Kweku Joseph Payne Ali Isaka ya Ransford Noama bomu abekra ene dwumadi misema bomu na momi yetabe wo yejam ewo ne ekoso ewo Jubilee House ho wabra gamanche edeni wreath ekwakoto no bidi Samuel Kojo Brace nyame adom a ebesa hia mikro me say nyame ya adom ya say yi a da panmuele ya yuni nyame na meze wo amze mu a na echi yewere wabra mo yefa evare mo adeze no mo mbambani mo adeze ya da ya twdu ya tidoko baba monne babale helicopter bo dole aze mabo nyamno mazai ile bon wane eva bezi ebo si ya doko nyame ya dunya da pere mo ele ya yiri good morning.
Yeah. But Mom won't get closer. Wait, please. Let's not get closer, please. Joe, please come back. Take.